Whisper in the yard and turn the trees all into toys. Lay there on the ground and turn the dirt into your joy. Before you start to drift and your soul begins to scream, I just wanted to tell you that you're listening to a dream.
Pace's Playground. Pace's Playground Podcast. Pace's Playground Podcast.
Actually, I started playing guitar and sing because of you.
Wow.
I put my Dysfunction CD in my player, and then I was like, bam, this is it, man. And you should have heard me sing Home in my shower. It was something.
I'm glad I didn't get to hear that.
So what about Latina's style between Break the Cycle and Dysfunction? Obviously, the titles said something about Latino music.
Sure.
What was the idea behind it? To go mainstream? Or?
No, it was just really about trying to write a better record and take the music somewhere different, which we try to do with every record. Try to grow as a band and mature, and hopefully.
I would kind of think that the same change that you saw between Dysfunction and Break the Cycle that you saw, that you would have seen also between Break the Cycle and Grey.
Yeah.
And then the same between 14 Shades of Grey and what we're offering to you now. You got to reinvent yourself every time, or I don't want to make the same record twice. Do you want me to make the same record twice?
No, I don't.
I don't want to repeat myself. Nobody wants to repeat themselves. You got to kind of grow with every record that you make.
What happened with the hardcore style of Sting between Dysfunction and the two following albums? Is it like maybe
it was really
take a look
just
in the mirror from Korn? You can hear that Davis is not into his lyrics as he was back in the fourth.
I think he's into
album.
it. He's just singing about different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't sing about the same thing or write the same riff again and again and again. It's just about, like we said, a growth process and trying not to repeat yourself.
I was angrier then. I was a little bit more distraught with what my life was at that time and where that was all coming from, and lyrics and how I emote myself through what I'm singing always depends on what's going on in my life at that time, and I was in a much worse place then than I have been since.
Wouldn't that be the bad side of the style of music that we enjoy? It's like fans will now expect you to be unhappy for the rest of your life, so it gives them maybe some hardcore music.
But I think fans, not only, like Aaron saying, he had to move on, but I think fans as they get older too, hopefully people will grow with the band and accept, what we do and want to go on that journey that we're trying to take and, take it someplace else and maybe someplace just a little bit different than we've been.
What could we expect from Chapter 5 that we didn't hear on the preceding album?
A lot more textures. A lot. We played around with sounds and stuff, and just did a lot more than before. We took a long time to make the record. We were, our producer was extremely, he's a perfectionist, and he wanted the absolute best out of you, which sometimes meant more takes than you wanted to do, but we really made a conscious effort to step it up a notch on this record.
Okay. How did your professional careers influence your personal lives?
Well, the only thing that's really changed for me is the cash coming in, and that doesn't even happen anymore. So I go home and I live in this very small rural town that nobody cares who I am, and everybody lives up there for the same reason, which is to be left alone and to be able to just live a private life.
So you had to go outer space with a music celebrity. What music celebrity doesn't make the trip with you guys, and why? A. Ozzy Osbourne, B. Fred Durst, C. Ashley Simpson.
I just don't want Ashley Simpson going on a trip with me, so. She's more a vocal stylist rather than an actual singer, I think.
Cool. If you were a superhero, what would your name be and superpowers, and why?
I don't know, Mike.
It'd be Marshmallow Man. Then he can make s'mores out of me.
Pace's Playground Podcast. Find it, hear it on SoundCloud and iTunes. Comment, react, or troll via Twitter at PlaygroundPod. Facebook.com/PlaygroundPodcast. Email playgroundpodcast@hotmail.com.
PlaygroundPodcast.com.